guys? Holding Addicts with you here, bringing you Black Clover anime review. This is episode 77 titled Red Blood. This was, oh my god, a beautiful episode. 10 out of 10, 5 stars. Very great stuff went down. But before I start getting into the review, I just want to mention that we got a new opening and ending song for this part, for this second quarter of the second quarter of the second season. So, it was very epic. I loved both songs. The ending song was like a slow song again. And I know a lot of people don't like slow songs, but it was real good. But the opening, oh my god, it was a beautiful song. I would have to say that's one of my top 3 favorite openings now. I'll probably give it like number 2. Because Black Rover, which was the third opening, is still my favorite opening and all the openings so far. But this new one that we got, which I forgot the name of it, but it's up there now. And the ending is, again, the slow song, but it's real good. But yeah, after, that the new opening, we got the episode in. The episode was very interesting. Kind of disappointed a little bit in the beginning, but like the Noelle stuff up made it better. But excuse me guys, that's my work phone. Y'all hear in the back. But basically it starts off with Luck's team versus the other team that they fighting with that one guy that was hyping up. I believe his name was Ron or Don, something like that. And they was hyping him up as to be like this Omega powerful wind user with great power and speed. And it's funny because he got steamrolled in one shot by Luck. And I'm like, well, that was the end of the battle. Luck kicked him into the crystal and broke right through it. So it was like, wow. All this hyping this guy up, and Luck like literally just ran right through him. And it was like quick. It wasn't the quickest battle. The quickest battle that has to be hold yet was Langris's battle. He has the quickest speed. I believe it was 1 minute or 50 seconds, something like that. But this is like second close. Then we move on, and we have this moment between Noelle and Yuna. And Noelle tells Yuna, since you grew up with Asta, hopefully you're not as rash or intemperate as he is. And he was like, you shouldn't be talking, you can't even control your magic. I'm like, oh wow, here we go, shots fired. And then she got upset at him and she started screaming, and then he took another shot. He was like, oh, so now you acting like Asta with the screaming intimidate. And then we just taking shots at her. And then Asta was like, come on guys, we should all get along, and she punches Asta, saying the other result of this. And then their teammate from the Paramantis, the dude with the glasses, I believe his name is Michael, if I'm not mistaken, or Michael, something like that. He comes in and touches Noelle to try to calm her down on the shoulder, and she just shrugs him off like, don't touch me, I give you permission. And it's like everyone's taking shots at her. And when you think things can't get worse, it actually gets worse. Because her brother, who she's about to face off against, Solid, the second oldest brother, he comes in and he starts taking shots at Noelle, mocking her and criticizing her and stuff like that, saying you're a weakling and you can't do anything right, and you're the failure of the family and the black sheep. You shouldn't even be here and stuff like that. And then he walks away with his teammates laughing at her, saying, hopefully you can hit me this time. And you see on Yuno's face, it like, he doesn't look angry, but you can tell that he noticed like Noelle's feelings and how she's pumped up, and she's like kind of, sad about her brothers, the way they treat her. And then the other guy from the Mantis, we don't get to see his face at all. So, but then we go into the battle, and they ended up copying Langris's strategy. If you remember Langris, he had Baja make that machine craft, and they blasted at full power, charging in the air to their enemies to get there quicker. Well, they did the same thing. They did a 3-man combo, and it was the fire magic user, the earth user, who made like an earth spear machine, and then Solid as well. And using the high level water pressure and fire to make like a steam engine for this giant pillar that was on, and they blasted it towards Noelle's group, flying towards them. And they went to attack the crystal, but of course, he's the one guiding the crystal, and he grabbed it and ran off. And he grabs also Noelle. And Noelle was like, she didn't get to really say anything, but it looked like she wanted to say something, but, kind of like put her in her place real quick. And he was like, he gave her a good strategy saying, since I'm the fastest one here, I'm going to go destroy the crystal. And I need you two to, hold down the fort. And she ended up saying, I want to do this. So, he basically let her go. But when he let her go, he gave her like a wind guard to like surround her. And this wind guard was actually not just surrounding her and protecting her, but it was actually taking her at high speed to the other enemy's crystal. Unfortunately, when she got there, Solid had caught up, making like water snakes from his magic, and he was riding them over there, and he actually caught up. So that tells you that he's pretty fast as well. He's not no slouch, even though he's a big mouth. And everyone is getting separated thanks to, everyone wanted to do their own thing. Noelle strategized that her brother was going to go after her, so she got that right. So you have Noelle versus her brother Solid. You have versus that dude with the earth magic that Asta fought in episode 4, who he felt like Asta shouldn't be there. The one with the green hair. We got his name. Forgive me if I'm butchering it, but I believe it's pronounced Asalador. And then we have the dude from the Paramantis, who have fungus magic, and we have him fighting the fire user. And we don't get to see that fight between the fire user and him. That was like off screen. And I believe in the manga it was also off screen, but we did get to see Noelle's fight and Yuno's fight. And the guy that Yuno's fighting, Asalador, he seems to be upset at at a jealousy, because the captain, he talks to everybody in his squad, and he treats them all like friends. But when it comes to it's like he talks to him the most, and he expects great things from him. And Yuno's always being praised by everyone, especially the captain. And that irks him, and he gets jealous by that, because he looks at Captain Vigilance as a god, since he did save him at one point in his life when he was on death's door on a mission, and a backstory that we got from him. And when he looked at the captain and the way he was dressed in the mask, it kind of reminded him of the god of trees from a painting that he saw. So he always admired the captain. But because of, being the way he is and his attitude towards people, but then at the same time he's being respected by the captain, this guy feels jealousy. So he tries to pick a fight with, and does something very interesting. He doesn't use his fairy spirit. He tells her to stay back, and he uses his own wind magic. Because he has two different sets of wind magic. He has his own and the spirits. And it's funny because he uses his own wind magic, and he creates a wind vortex, but he creates it inside the golem that Asalador had created, and he blasted it with that one shot. And everybody was impressed. Vanessa, Finwell, everyone else that was there, the participants, even the Magic Knight Emperor was shining eye like, ooh. And the king was like, oh shoot, this president can do this. And, he basically one-shotted him. And then, again, on Noelle's side, when Noelle was Solid, he's talking all this smack saying, you can't do nothing, you're a failure, you should go home. He summoned a whole bunch of water snakes to attack Noelle, and he damages her face and stuff like that. And then we get a Bleach reference. If you remember what I said earlier, the guy with the fungus magic from the Paramantis who's on their squad for this tournament battle, he made a Paramantis on Noelle's shoulder that he touched earlier in the episode as a communication device. Kind of look like the snails from One Piece, but they're not snails, they just oversized funguses with a face, his face. And he mentioned something that reminds me of Bleach. You can see the poster back here on my side. And what he mentioned was older brothers are meant to protect their siblings. And it's funny because in the first couple of episodes of Bleach, episode 1, 2, and 3, that's actually, and 4 as well, that's actually something that's like a main theme with brothers and sisters protecting their younger ones. So, I automatically started thinking of Black Clover. A lot of people like to compare Black Clover to Naruto, but it actually has more similarities in themes of Bleach. It's just done in a fairy tale style, but more unique and open. Yes, it has a whole bunch of tropes from anime, all different types, but it takes it and it turns it into its own way. And that's one of the best things about Black Clover. That's actually one of its best appeals, how it turned things around and stuff. But after he said that speech, Noelle's brother got upset and he destroyed that fungus while attacking Noelle more. And Noelle was like, you know what? I used to be scared of you, but now that I got a whole bunch of people even stronger than you appreciating me and giving me, pops, I don't even care about you no more. And she summoned her water sea dragon and she did her attack and he got scared and he was like, impossible, you can't summon something like this. And she's like, how much you want to bet? And she threw the water dragon at him and it basically teared him and the crystal that was behind him that he was protecting apart. And she one-shotted him. So there was a lot of one-shots in this basically, Solid whole team got one-shotted. Solid got one-shotted by Noelle. A Salador got Solid one-shotted by, and the Previous Mantis guy one-shotted his opponent off-screen. So they won their battle. It wasn't a quick battle like the other ones, but they all won by one-shotting their opponents. I guess you can say they got a perfect victory. They didn't get the fastest defeat time, but they're the only team that got a perfect victory. Everybody 1v1 shot their opponents. So, go Noelle. Granted, she did have and that Prayer of Mantis guy, who's a 4th captain, I believe, or 4th seat. So, that's 2 strong people right there. So, granted that she had that help. But it's not like she had help in battle. So, but yeah, this was a great episode 77. Great stuff went down. Happy Noelle got the props that she deserved and the victory she deserved because her brothers are a jerk. Even though I don't like Noelle myself as a character, but even though she is really well written, I just don't like, Sunday type characters, so that's just me, but I'm happy Noelle got her moment, and as well. Can't wait for next week's episode. It's supposed to be Asa's team versus Mimosa's brother's team, the guy with the pink bloom flower magic, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, I'm happy for all the character development and stuff that we got. From not just Luck, but we got also the other characters like and Noelle. We get to see that Paramantis guy, which I always forget his name. I think it's Mark or Malk, something like that. But he's pretty cool as well. But yeah, this was a great episode. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Give this video a like. Share with your family and friends. Follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. But that's all I have for you guys. Peace out. Have a good one.